Right, let's do something different today. Hey, let's do Voidfall. So, because with Voidfall there's no app, we're going to be using this online solo app that's been set up by a member of the community. And the scenario I'm going to be doing is, if you haven't played this solo, you're going to see how solo works. The scenario I'm going to be doing is Ancient Secrets. The reason I'm doing that is because I've played this now twice on the table and I've lost both times on hard difficulty. I've been winning the last 2 or 3 games in medium, so I thought I'd up the difficulty on hard, and I got my ass kicked both times. So I'm gonna try the same scenario with a random house. I clicked the random house here and I got House Shiveus that has the dreadnoughts and the decontamination chambers. So I don't know. Let's see how we go. Do we want to pick a different house? Hang on, let me check. Which house did I play last time? I played House Astoran. The time before that I played House Xenor. So Shiveus sounds like a good one. Let's go. Alright, let me make this bigger for you all. And I probably need to move my camera, I would think. I might have to move my camera there in the bottom right or something. Yeah, there you go. Let's move that there. So, the first thing we need to do is just standard Voidfall setup. We have to choose the origin card for our house. Now, Shiveus has 2 sides. They have this side that has the dreadnought technology. So you start with dreadnoughts already set up, and the other one has the decontamination chambers. Now, to get a little bit familiar with this is where all the technologies are. So you see here the 8 technologies that are going to be in the game, and there's not many weapon-based technologies there. So you have the autonomous drones, you have the combat replicators, you have the hyperdrive. I would say those are it, but there's no additional units. So our House Shiveus, they have their special ability is that during skirmish, when skirmish happens, that is when the Voidborn attack, they attack for always 1 additional power. That's not great. I'm starting to regret this already. But if we manage to defend, we gain 2 power. That's it. That's all they do. And so we need to decide what we're going to start with. Dreadnoughts are nice. Here is the combat tile. So the dreadnoughts are second from the bottom there. So what the dreadnoughts do is, when you attack in the approach step, you see the first column is the approach step. As an attacker, we have 1 approach damage per dreadnought power. And then in the salvo steps, the dreadnoughts provide 1 initiative per power as normal, as the corvettes do, plus 1 additional initiative. However, if you defend, in the salvo steps, the dreadnoughts provide 1 shield. So I think we're going to go with the dreadnoughts here. Alright, so that gave us the base technology. Now, as you can see here, it says our dreadnought fleets are limited to a maximum power of 1. and we can deploy dreadnoughts. Well, we may deploy fleet power into dreadnought fleets for a cost of 1 material per fleet power. So every time we deploy, we can spend material to deploy dreadnought fleets instead of corvette fleets. And then our advanced technology, if we manage to upgrade to that, is that we're no longer limited in power. So the situation here is we start with 1 corvette and 1 dreadnought on this sector, and we have a couple of guilds. Population is 2. We have a shipyard, and then in our supporting sector we have 2 corvettes and 1 material guild. Now you see here it is actually showing us how much we are going to get attacked for. In the skirmish it says 3, and the reason for that is the skirmish always attacks you for 1 plus your you see here we have a whatchamacallit, my brain went blank. Corruption, thank you, corruption, yes. We love corruption. We have a corruption on our board. So, yeah. Alright, well, this is the galactic event for the first era, or the first cycle, if you like. Alright, so it says first we have to put a corruption down on one of the agenda slots, or we have to put a corruption on one of our civilization tracks and then advance that civilization track. Now, when civilization tracks have corruption, you can still advance them, you just don't get the benefit for that spot. And then it says players may collect corruption they removed during this cycle until evaluation. So what that means is when we remove corruption, we keep it aside for a minute because it actually gives you points at the end here, see? So at the end of this cycle, we have 2 options. We can either count the corruption we returned during this cycle, and we gain 2 food and 1 influence, which is the points for each one, or we can upgrade the population if we have 3 guilds that are not science, that are different than science. Yeah. Okay. What do we want to do? Do we want to place a corruption on an agenda slot or place it on the civilization track? Well, the agenda slots, let me remove that. The agenda slots, I think they're easier because we're going to gain that corruption only if we gain that card. On the civ tracks, I don't know yet which ones we want to go up, so I think I'm going to go with the agenda slots for now. Select destination for corruption. Let's see. So this era, this cycle has 5 turns. We're going to have 5 rounds, if you like. And then let's see here, this is the crisis board, which is what you use for solo or cooperative mode, and you draw 1 card at the start of each of your turns. And it sits either at the top of this board or at the bottom, depending on if it's a blue or a red card. And then blue sits at the top, red sits at the bottom, and they keep getting added. And you see here, you have to pay these penalties at the end if a crisis, if we resolve this board, which usually happens at the end of the cycle. But in the meantime, if you manage to achieve what the cards say, you start removing the cards, the crisis. So The bottom costs you resources and the top increases the skirmish from the Voidborn, which is very scary given our faction always increases the attacks we get by 1. Ouch. So this one says upgrade your starting technology to advanced to get rid of that. That's not going to happen for a bit. And this one says have 2 pure sectors with population at least 4. Yeah, I don't like our chances there. So back to this. What agenda do we want to corrupt? So, which one are we likely to get? I don't think we're likely to get this one, because this one says if you have 0 corruption on your sectors, you gain 7 points. And then 4 points for each sector that is, well, that does not have empty guild slots. Yeah. Wow, okay. Let's send it there. Oh no, we have to send it to our own corruption slot. Sorry, I misunderstood that. That's fine. Okay, so we have a alert card level 2 for this round, which is not good. So this means that a level 2 crisis card is drawn, which are usually stronger. So this one says, during this first turn, if we can get an agenda while already having at least 1 agenda, we can get rid of this card. Otherwise, when it gets resolved, so instead of going onto the board at the end of our turn, we can get rid of it by returning 2 defense installations not in our home sector. Ouch! None of that is going to happen anytime soon. Who had the idea for me to play Voidfall in the middle of my relaxing Sunday? Come on, show yourselves in the chat and say, it was me, Def. I wanted you to play this game. I haven't even started and I already feel like I'm in such a deep hole I'm not going to be able to get out of. Okay, right, our turn, I suppose. Wow, okay, so these are the 2 safe havens we have. Right, so other than the crisis board, everything else is standard Voidfall rules apply. So our first agenda, let's have a look at that. This scores us points for all 3 cycles. It says 1 point for every 2 population we have, pure population. You never score points for anything that is corrupted. So that's why you see that population forbidden symbol there. It means pure. And 3 points for every pure sector that has at least 1 shipyard. So now in the other thing that is different in the solo or cooperative, well, in the solo mode, you have your 9 cards as usual. As usual, we cannot play our innovation card on the first cycle, but you have these heroic focus cards. So the heroic focus cards are more powerful versions of the normal cards that players have in their hands. And what happens is if you play a card that matches this symbol, so if we play our reinforcement card, we can choose to play our heroic reinforcement card instead. The trick here is that these 3 cards will disappear at the end of this cycle and we're never going to see them again because we draw the next 3 out of the deck. And that's it. There's only 3 cycles in the game, right? So it is to our benefit if we can, and if it serves our plan to play a heroic card instead of a normal card from our hand. So for example, I'll show you this one. So politics, if you look at the politics card in our hand, can't see, there it is. This is in fact a special card that House Shiveus has. It says you can advance on your middle civilization track and upgrade one of your influence tokens. Then you can invade a voidborn sector or a corrupted sector, and then you take a corruption to take a trade token and produce in one of your resources. Well, the heroic politics changes that quite a lot, because it brings, you see here, it brings more options in. Now the other thing you'll see is that these, it moves the card around. This last option that says overthrow here on the left is remove a corruption from a sector, but also remove one of these harbingers. These guys are, you can see them here on some of these sectors. So these will score points for the AI for the Voidborn at the end of the game. So the AI, this is what they're going to score at the end of the game. They're going to score 140 points as a minimum because we're playing on hard. Then 30 for every rift that's still open. There's one here. Then 20 for each of the safe havens that we haven't managed to complete, is these guys up here. And the way you complete these is by either overproducing in 2 resources on the same turn, or reaching level 4 in one of your civilization tracks, or at the end of the cycle during evaluation phase. So phase C, you have 2 of your 2 populations at 6, 2 sectors at 6 population. So yeah, it's pretty full on. You get some good, decent benefits if you manage to do these, but you see this one takes 2 cubes and this one takes 3. So yeah, they're a bit far away. So what would we like to do here? Heroic politics would be fantastic to start getting rid of some of these harbingers, but we can't take that action because we don't have a installation outside of our home planet. Now we do have a couple of ships, a couple of fleets here, corvettes and dreadnoughts, and ideally we'd want to go and start taking over some of these other sectors. This one is a great sector to attack because all of the other sectors have a limit of 1 fleet power. One miniature of Voidborn, 1 unit, which means up to 3 fleet power. You see there's 2 here, 1 here, but this one, you see it has these little 2 triangles. It means they can have up to 2 units, 3 cubes each, that's 6. So it can start growing and we're never gonna be able to catch up. The other thing this sector is great is because we get production in all of the resources as soon as we take it over. But to take this over, we have to take a hit first because it has a defense installation and then it has 2 Voidborn fleet power. Oh, right. Let's have a look at the combat again. So the combat will do 1 approach damage from the dreadnoughts. And so will these guys, the defense installations. So we could get some dreadnoughts in there. Okay, we have heroic reinforcement that will get us stuff, but we don't have enough shipyards to do that muster action. So that muster action, I'm talking to the cards, by the way, hopefully that's clear. I'm talking to the cards, I'm hovering over them here so they can show up here on the right, but I can't point there because then the card disappears. So This is so difficult, we haven't even started yet. Whose idea was this? Again, I'm asking. What do we want to do? Well, we did start planning for some of these cards. This one, there's no chance we're going to get it now. But we can start towards it by getting one of these agenda cards. Agenda cards are great because they get you additional actions as well. And then this one says 2 sectors with 4 population and upgrade your starting technology. Yeah, good luck with all of that, Diff. Okay. We need to start building up. So progress can get us a tech and remove one of the corruption, which is what we want in this round. Okay. Do we have 2 credits? So these are our resources down here. So the resource levels, food, energy, materials, credits, and science. Credits can be used as a wild for the first 3, but not when you pay your empire upkeep at the end of the round. Where you have to pay food, you have to pay food there. And science is mostly used to gain technologies, and credits cannot be used to gain science. So, so we have the middle number is how much we've got. We have 4 food, 2 of everything else, and 3 credits. The left is the level of our production, which increases by population every time we build a guild, and this is what we actually produce. So do we want to put some guilds down, or do we want to use our heroic progress to take a tech, remove a corruption? That's going to reduce our fleet a bit, which isn't great, is it? Oh, this one is interesting. The middle option here says prevail. If you haven't played Voidfall before, there's a lot of thinking in this game. So there's going to be a lot of me walking through my thought process about what to do. Not because I love explaining it, but because that's what needs to happen. I don't know what to play yet. So this middle one says prevail. We can spend 2 energy and a science, which we have, to remove a Voidborn fleet power from an adjacent sector and then invade that sector. That is great. If only we had a dreadnought there. Oh, thank you, mate. Happy Father's Day to all the dads in Australia. Thanks, Jace. You played Voidfall before? It's a massive brain burner. Even just on the table, especially on this app, which I've never used before, so bear with me. You haven't played it yet. Yeah, my brain's gonna be all over the floor after this session. But that's okay. Right, what are we gonna do? Do we want to play any of our standard cards? What about development? Development is not a bad idea. We can remove one of the corruption and place a guild and an installation. Do we want to remove a corruption, or do we want to increase a population though? Ugh. All these decisions. What are these tech tracks? Oh, this gets us to activate 2 fleet power. Oh, this is good. We want this. Let's do that. but I would love to be able to attack them. All right, so the plan is at some point on the first cycle, I want to use that prevail to attack this, to invade this sector here. The problem with this sector is, you see here, it has a void storm token between my sector and that, which means these sectors are not considered adjacent. So we'd have to go through this guy first, which actually we can do now if we want to. Let's do that. So I'm going to spend most of my resources, that's the problem, to take those top two actions. Advance my civilization track, take a trade token which allows us to take 3 actions instead of 2 in the future, and then remove a Voidborn fleet power and invade, which will help us take over this. Now what's this here? This technology is hyperdrive or tactical transports. Hyperdrive, tactical, the hyperdrive is extremely useful. Right. We're playing this. I've talked myself into it. We're going to struggle with resources, so there is that. But we'll see how we go. So heroic politics. Okay, first we are going to do the top action. Ooh, yes, the top action. We can't do the lowest one. Yeah. So we're going to do this, spending 2 credits and 1 science. We are getting the trade token. And the effect that we get from the trade token is, you see here in this little table, you see this one here, you can gain the effect, the benefit from the row that you grab and any below. I think I'm going to get 1 science back. And I'm going to advance in this civilization track. Activate 2 fleet power. I have 4 now here. And now we're going to do prevail. So we're spending 2 energy and 1 science. It's asking me if I want to replace any energy with credits. I don't want to do that. And then I'm going to remove a power from an adjacent Voidborn sector, which is going to be this guy. And then we're going to invade. Select fleets to invade with. Alright, I think we need to do a little bit of an undo here. What's the problem I've come up across is that I need to invade from this sector, but to take out this Voidborn, I need to invade with more fleet power than they have. So I need to invade with 2. The problem is I can't abandon this. Well, I can. If I attack, I can abandon it, but then the Voidborn are going to take over this sector, so I don't want to do that. So scratch all of that, unfortunately, because we need more fleet power to get to that. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to invade this sector, because I can always abandon my home sector. So I'm going to invade here, and I'm going to move these guys here, and then I can use them to further advance. But to do that, I don't think I need to use heroic politics. I can use a different one. So let's do crusade. Well, crusade is good, but it's not that good. What else do we have that allows us to invade? We have our normal politics card, which is fine. And we have our conquest card. I think we're going to use our conquest card. Right. Conquest says first, I think I'm going to invade. I'm going to use this to engage. It says engage, but so spend 2 of these. I'm going to invade, and I'm going to use invade this sector, select this one and that one. I could bring in other fleets from adjacent sectors, but I don't need to because my dreadnoughts will take these suckers out. So on that note though, did I want to... Yeah, let's bring one more guy here. Because I want to have the option to invade this instead of that. Oh, there's 2. This is a wormhole. So this wormhole means that any sector that is adjacent to this wormhole is adjacent to any other wormhole with this letter. In this case, it's only 1. So that means that all of these 5 sectors are adjacent to each other. All right, so I'm going to go in there, and it is pre-calculating what happens in the combat. I'll walk you through this first combat, but I'm not going to be doing that for follow-up combat. So what happens is I have 2 corvettes and 1 dreadnought. There's 1 Voidborn fleet power. In the approach step, they don't have anything that hits me on approach. Only these defense installations hit on approach. My dreadnoughts do 1 damage on approach, so immediately before... no, they don't deal 1 damage. The blue bit is... they have 1 defense. But nothing hits me. And then I have initiative. I have more than them. I have 4. They have 1. I attack them first. I deal 1 damage. They're dead. Right. We score some points. And we are off to the races. We have 13 points. Now, we can either spend 3 materials. We don't have 3 materials, but remember we can spend credits to activate 2 fleet power because we only have 2 here that we can deploy on the map. Or we can spend an energy and a credit to gain an agenda card and move a corruption. We're going to do that. We don't have 1 energy, so we have to spend 2 credits. That's not great. Okay, we're going to gain an agenda. Let's go. Which agenda do we want? So this one... this one we're not going to be scoring anytime soon. Says if you have at least 8 yield for materials production, you gain 5 points, and you gain 5 points for every sector where you have at least 2 fleet power. That might be good. I'm also looking at the top right icon to see what action it gives us, but also what card we can combine it with, as in which card are we going to play next to use that. Yeah, the deterministic combat Jace is extremely clever because yes, it's deterministic in the sense that you're not rolling any dice, but as you start having more technologies, more combat technologies and more types of units, it becomes a very sort of involved puzzle to resolve. And so to me that, you know, doesn't remove the excitement from combat. Yes, combat with dice is still exciting in some other games, but you know, if you want deterministic combat, it can't get better than Voidfall. This is absolutely brilliant. So, what are we planning on playing next is the question. We need to build some installations so we can deploy more fleet power. So you'd think reinforcements would be good, but we don't have any resources. We're struggling with resources, so I think we need to put some guilds down. So I think what we're going to be doing is we might be playing either prosperity, or we're not going to be playing production, we don't produce enough, or development, because that lets us put guilds down. So we did say we wanted to play heroic politics, right? We don't have the resources for that. So we also said we need some kind of production. So what if we get this one? That allows us to play our development card and then place another guild. Yeah, we're gonna take this one. Now the agenda cards, they score you points at the end of each cycle, but you also want to get them for their actions if you can combine them. All right, do we want to move corruption? I don't think so. Done. Okay. Now it's asking us how do we want to handle the current crisis, because we didn't achieve what the action was. It says, do you want to make it an ongoing crisis? If we had 2 installations outside of our home sector, we could have lost that to discard that, or we can take a catastrophe token to discard it. Now catastrophes are bad because they get you minus 20 points. They give 20 points at the Voidborn at the end of the game. But making this ongoing crisis sounds impossible. Well, let's do it. Economic, please. So because it was both blue and red, we chose where it went. Okay, I'm exhausted. That was just round 1. Another level 2 card. Oh yeah, we're playing on hard, of course. Okay. Ugh. Alright, crisis card for this turn. After you redeploy, you need to have 5 fleet power adjacent to the same Harbinger. That's not impossible. Because there is a Harbinger here. If we manage to redeploy a couple more fleet power, or actually only 1 more, that will go away. Whew. All right. The problem is, remember, I was planning on playing that. I was planning on playing development to put some guilds down and increase our production. And with that, I was going to play our agenda card here for its action, which is also place a guild guard and produce something. Now this guy is messing with my plans. That's not good. Okay. All right. What else can we do? Do we have any action where we can deploy? Yes, we have this restore action. So heroic progress says we'll return 1 of our influence tokens, that's fine, to deploy something and redeploy. And we get to return 1 of our cards. We are definitely playing heroic progress, I think. Let's do that. So the focus now is to get rid of some of these cards on this board. All right, so we are going to do this. This allows us to take a tech. All right, so we are deactivating a fleet power and paying a food. So we're gonna run dangerously low on fleet power here. You see there's only 2 left. There's only 1 now. And then we can remove a corruption and take a tech. We are definitely going to be removing a corruption. I just don't know whether we want to remove 1 from our board or from this sector here. I'll get to that in a minute. First, we're going to gain a tech. Tech. What do we want to do? Now, when you gain a tech, you immediately gain the bottom benefit in the gray, the black area, and then the above is ongoing. So this is autonomous drones. I don't think we need to worry about that because it only happens during attacking. If you're in the invader, you can return a trade token to gain 1 shield in the salvo step and 1 shield in the approach step. In the evaluation phase, during a skirmish, we can return trade token to win the combat. Right. Oh, okay. This is fantastic, but I don't think we're going to be deploying that much quite yet. This is great. Cybernetics is great because when you place a guild, you gain 2 matching that guild, and we're about to do that a lot. So cybernetics is a great choice, but I'm also looking at trade nexus or autonomous drones because it gets us that additional trade token which we can use to do a third action on a card. Ugh. This also gets us 2 food, which is going to be quite useful. What do we do? Maybe we go for the guilds. Let's go. We're going to go with cybernetics. So we're gaining a guild. We're going to place it here. Why not? What guild do we want? So our production is terrible. We definitely need food production. So let's start with that. Yes, that will gain us 2 food. Oh, hang on. Undo that. So when we gain this card, we need to think about which guild we want a little bit more because it also gets us 2 of that type. And yes, we need food, but at the moment we have 3 food. We need other things more than we need food. So let's go with energy. All right, remove a corruption. I think we're going to remove this one from our board. So that was the invent action from our card. Have I put you all to sleep yet? Do I need to put on some classical music? What's the deal? And now we're going to do the restore action. So restore action says we're going to kill this glory token, not influence token, glory token. We are going to deploy 1. We're going to deploy that here. And we're going to deploy a dreadnought by spending a material. Then we are going to regroup. So I'm going to move this fleet here. Or am I? Do I want to move that fleet there? Or do I want to move it here? Well, let's move this guy. Just trying to think, if I take these guys out, this guy's protected. If I take these guys out, this guy's protected. So... Right. I'm gonna move it there. So I kind of resolve the crisis now. Oh, hang on. Can't do that. Can't have 3 different things. So we need to regroup and move this guy there. Now, because we have 5, we met the evaluation of this. We can resolve that. So that card goes away, and now we can discard an additional crisis card. Which one is it going to be? I think this guy. That sounds more difficult, unless we have a way of gaining an additional card in our very next turn. Oh boy. We could with prosperity. So do we leave that? No, we're going to get rid of it. Okay. That was the second round. I'm exhausted. Oh no. Okay. So the alert card for this round is, as you have guessed, a war. So we are on cycle 1. Which says at the end of this turn, instead of having a crisis to resolve, we're going to resolve a war. A war in this case means we're going to resolve the crisis board, so both top and bottom. And the top says the Voidfall will skirmish will attack us with a +1, and because of this alert card, that's going to be an additional 1, so that +2. And then the bottom will lose material and energy. Yikes. That is yikes. Right. Oh no. Okay. So they're going to attack us with 4. Skirmish prediction. There you go. If you click here, it gives you the whole battle breakdown. That is phenomenal. Damn. Okay, we know we're going to lose that, so. We know we're going to lose that. So what do we do? We're in trouble. We're in trouble because they're going to attack us with 4 fleet power. By the way, when the skirmish happens, when the Voidborn attack, they don't move into your sector from any adjacent sectors. That's not how it works. They just kind of spawn into one of their adjacent sectors with fleet power equal to whatever the calculation is. Usually it's what you have in your board in terms of corruption, but here, because we have a crisis card there, we have a +1, so that's 1 + 1 is 2 + 1 because of our faction ability, that's 3. +1 from the war, that's 4. So they're going to attack us with 4 fleet power here. By the way, they will attack you wherever you are weakest. Wherever you are the weakest, they will attack you. So, we have a problem. Uh-oh. How do we even defend this now? We have no resources. Okay. Oh boy. What if we move one of our dreadnoughts in there? Do we have any actions that can increase our presence? Not at the moment. We don't, I don't think. This one, but needs 4 materials and we just don't have that. Simple as that. We could do some magic here and do the top action, accelerate, spend 4 of any materials and then gain 4 of any. And spend, if we have enough. The problem with that is it gets us activations or deployments equal to the shipyards we have, and we only have 1 shipyard. So that's not great. Crusade is the same. Reinforcement is, well, a simple version of reinforcement, which actually might not be a bad idea because it can let us put a couple of defense systems down. So if we do this, bear with me here. If we do this, we are not going to have enough resources for all of this stuff. But we can do accelerate. Accelerate says that we can deactivate a fleet power. Select the fleet to recall. Oh, no. Undo. Deactivate a fleet power to do this, but we don't have any active fleet power, which means we have to remove one from the board. Oops. How are we going to get out of this mess? How are we going to get out of this mess now? What if we do the middle and the bottom actions? The bottom action allows us to put a defense down. The middle action allows us to deploy an additional thing. In our case, it cannot be a dreadnought, unfortunately, because we don't have enough resources. Wow! So if we do that, I'll walk you through it. If we do that, what's going to happen is we will spend the two materials, which we don't have. It's going to be material and money. Action, deploy, yes, of course. Undo. The reason we can't do that is we don't have any active fleet power, so scratch that. Oh boy. Oh boy. What can we do? We are in trouble here. I mean, it's not the end of the world to lose a sector, but I don't want to lose a sector. I mean, we could play development. We could play development. We're going to play development and try and work our way through this. So with development, we can also play our agenda card, which we are going to do. So we have now all of these actions we can take. So, how is everybody doing? Still with me? Yeah, kind of. All right. So, we can do this, but I think we need to do the top and the bottom, because this one removes the fleet power, which isn't ideal at the moment. But it can allow us to place a defense installation, which is going to be more useful for upcoming attack, I guess. Is that what we want? Or do we want to remove a corruption? Oh. I think we definitely want to do the top one. We definitely want to do grow. We're going to place a defense installation here. Now you see immediately the 4 left here and came here, which means the Voidborn is going to be attacking us here, because they will have a better chance to do damage there. So the prediction here is that we will win because of this sequence. They will attack with 4. We have 3 fleet power. There's no damage in the salvo, in the approach steps. In salvo, they have 4 initiative, we have 4, because remember the dreadnoughts give +1. So they attack simultaneously. But we have a shield because we're defenders. We have a shield from our dreadnoughts. So we deal 1 damage to them, they deal 1 back, we absorb that. Next round, you calculate initiative again. They only have 3 fleet power now. We still have our 4. We attack first. They lose 1, they're left with 2. They attack back. We lose something, we lose a dreadnought. And then recalculates initiative. It's 3 to 2. It goes bang, bang. We lose another one, and then the final step, we get them. So we're gonna lose our 2 corvettes, but we're gonna defeat them there. So with that in mind, what I'm saying that is, do we want to put another recall a corvette and do this instead of doing this? That's what I'm getting at. Or if we do this, I guess it's both benefits because we remove a corruption, so they're going to attack with 1 less fleet. Wise man said once, a wise man that came through from the Voidborn Rift, once said, when you can remove corruption, remove corruption. Select the corruption to remove. This one from our board. Right, and the last action is we can place a guild and then produce with that guild. Now, what guild do we want to place? Because that will get us, remember, that will get us 2 of that thing because of our cybernetics, and we will immediately produce with that. So, what do we want? Do we want some credits that are wild? That's not a bad idea, hey. For now, do we want science? I think we want some credits for now. We are going to establish the guild here. It's going to be a credits guild that will gain us 2 credits, and then we will produce. It only produces 1, but that's fine. Now we can slot this agenda. If we do, we're going to score it at the end of every cycle until we discard it, but the problem is it adds 2 to our upkeep. You see those 2 red symbols, the bottom right corner? That's 2 food. So at the end of the cycle, we have to pay 1 food for each one of those cycles that we have, either on our agenda cards or on our sectors that we've covered. Now, we already have 1 from our home planet, plus 2 from these. That's 3. We're not going to have any advanced tech. We're just not going to have it. Anyway, so we're not going to score anything, at least on cycle 1. So I think I'm gonna toss it. How do we want to resolve the war card? Well, we're going to resolve the crisis board. Right? Yeah. So they're going to attack us with 3. It should be 3 this time, right? Yeah. Resolve combat results. So yeah, they attack us with 3. We have 2 corvettes and 1 dreadnought. Simultaneous attacks, nothing happens. Nobody's got any defense installation. Salvo, we have 1 extra initiative, so we attack first. They're down to 2. They attack back as they have leftover fleet power, but we have a shield. Then in the next step we have 4 to 2. We attack first. They're down to 1. They attack back. We lose a corvette, and then final step we destroy them. So we lost only 1 corvette. Yo, Uberface. How you doing, Tom? I'm deep, like neck deep with this game. Was it your idea? Did you vote that I play this today? You did, didn't you? You need to stay here and suffer with me now until we're through this. I'm like in 2 turns in. I'm on the 3rd round and I am suffering here. I think I just took like 20 minutes to try and avoid losing my very first war against the Voidborn. So you definitely voted for it. Okay. We're gonna gain the resources. And now we have to resolve the bottom. We have to lose 1 of each, unfortunately. Oof! Alright, that was 3 rounds. Remember, we have 2 more. 4 and 5. This is a level 1 alert. Okay, and the crisis says, invade a sector with at least 1 defense installation to get rid of this card. Well. Now. What is our plan for this turn? Before all of this craziness happened, our plan was to use development to build some guilds. Now we've used development, but we used it in a different way. So, what are we going to do now? There's no defense installation in either. Oh, there is one here. Ah, hang on. There's one here. There's 2 of them here. What do the dreadnoughts give us? They give us a defense during the approach step. This is fantastic. So if we can get in here with even just 1 dreadnought, that will be enough. 1 dreadnought and 1 corvette. We're going to lose the corvette. Do we want to do that? Or do we want to ignore this crisis card? We need to start getting our civilization tracks up. So many things. Do we even have resources to do anything? How about heroic politics? We only have 2 more turns left. I don't think I like my chances with the end of the... Oh, we already removed 2 corruption, I suppose. So it's not too bad. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we try and take over 1 of these sectors. This sector here is lucrative, first of all, because it has a 3 population. It has a salvage token, which will be like a resource or something. And the Heartbringer will get out of there and will go and sit on the crisis board. And it gets closer to this very lucrative sector here. Now, it's going to take more than a Smile to take over, but 1 step at a time. On the other hand, if we get this sector, that is a fallen house sector. So that means that we immediately gain this benefit, which is a salvage token, and we get to place a shipyard, which is fantastic because we can then deploy more fleet power, and we gain 1 of those 2 technologies, hyperdrive or tactical transports. Let's have a look. Hyperdrive is awesome because it allows you to redeploy before you invade, and tactical transports when you play your prosperity focus card, you may remove a fleet. Hold on, this guy's in the way. You may retreat a fleet power to up the population in that sector, and when you play conquest, you may downgrade your population in a non-home sector to activate and deploy. Ugh. I mean, this is great, but how we're going to get in there. Do we want to try and deploy some fleet power first and then attack the next round? That might not be terrible, hey. Can we build any shipyards? We only have one active fleet power. We need to do heroic politics at some point. It's too good not to do it. Any of those three actions are very, very good. So we could attack this sector here. Obviously, I would rather attack this one to gain one of the techs, but how am I going to do that? Okay, what about our Crusade card? Our Crusade card says we can invade and then gain 2 points for each fleet power we kill. Oh, that first option, Indoctrinate, is great. Pay one of each food, energy and materials and then deploy a fleet power at every shipyard. Remember, we only have one, but also increase the population. That is fantastic. But we don't have shipyards. We need shipyards. How can we deploy shipyards? Here we go. Organize. So our prosperity card deploys shipyards. We need to start looking at the civilization tracks. Oh boy. What about production, hey? Our production sucks. Organize is not bad. I mean, there's so many options. I'm struggling here. All right. Yeah, shipyard first. We have to deploy some shipyards. We only have one. So yeah, there's no choice. We have to deploy some shipyards. Let's do that. Let's do that. So these two are way too expensive for what they do. Well, maybe not this one, but we're going to struggle to protect ourselves at the last action. So, shipyard. This guy deploys shipyards. Well, one at least. Yeah, let's do this. This feels like a weak turn, but okay. Right, so we are going to do this first. So we're going to retreat a fleet power. Which fleet power are we going to retreat? I guess this one. Gain an agenda or place a shipyard. We're going to place an installation here, I think. Yeah. Shipyard, yes. And then we're going to get an agenda. Right. So the agenda is now very important because we only have one more action, and it would be ideal if we could take an action with an agenda card. So this is reinforcement, which is likely, but a bit expensive. We have heroic politics, which is great, but doesn't get us more things. And we have our crusade. The problem with crusade is because it has a special icon, we cannot play an agenda card with it. Ouch. So do we play our normal reinforcement card and lose the benefits of this? We might have to. Right. What is the agenda card for reinforcement, please? It's this one. We don't want that. That's not great. Can we play something else? Oh, this is hard. This is hard work. So we're pretty protected. They're going to attack us with 2. We're okay. Well, can we at least plan on scoring some points? Are we going to have 3 credits at the end? We might. Honestly, we might. That's 4 points per 3 credits. Yeah, not going to happen. What about this guy? This guy is good. But this guy says we need to play cards that we've just played. Prosperity or Progress. And we've played both of these. Urgh. Damn. Okay. This one is Production or Development. And we have not played Production. Is Production any good? Sure. Okay. Let's take this one. I'm gonna take this guy. So we've done Organize. What do we want to do now? Flourish or Store? Flourish will get us up this tech track, will get us 2 credits. Store will allow us to produce something and gain 2 of something. I think we need to start going up some of these tracks. We need to start going up some of these tracks. That costs us a credit, which isn't great, but hey. We'll gain the 2 credits by going up this SIF track. How do we want to handle this crisis? Well, I don't have a trade token, so make it ongoing, I suppose. Thank you for the follow. Le Adder Noir, thank you. Is that French? Right? Okay. I'm bloody exhausted. It's end of round 4. Level 1. Alert card at the start of round 5. And the crisis card is... Have you played Voidfall? Let me know. Right, the crisis for this turn is... After we return a trade token, we add a Voidborn fleet power to the Rift, which we're never gonna get to that. The way we're going, we're struggling to keep the 2 sectors that we have. So we wouldn't mind that, except we don't have a trade token, so we're out of luck. But we can resolve it when it jumps into the crisis board by allowing the Voidborn to skirmish. Right. Okie doke. Last round. So at the moment, we're being attacked for 3. Now, if this card goes in, they're going to be attacking us for 4. But when they attack us for 3, we're going to lose our Corvette there, but we'll still defend. Oh, going to miss hearing me on the barbecue. Thank you, mate. I really appreciate that. There's heaps of previous episodes. You can hear me talking about Voidfall. But yes, thank you. I've had a very good run at the podcast, and I hope it does well in the future. But moving forward, yeah, I'll focus on doing something else. These streams, we'll see how we go. Let me know what you think about this. You have no idea how to play Voidfall. This must be like an alien language then. This is a very, very involved game. I've played this a lot, so it's easy for me to try and figure out the app. I mean, the graphic design is great. It's just you have to click and hover over things to see them, so takes a bit of time. All right, so we are in the last round of the first cycle. We made it, almost made it. And I think we had already decided that we are playing production so we can play our agenda card. And also production will, yes, we're going to play this. The reason for this is because I'm thinking instead of one of these top two actions, one of the actions is going to be this one, because that allows me to remove a corruption, which gets us benefit, if you remember, from the cycle end of cycle thing benefit, and it will also allow us to score this sector is going to be pure, so we want pure sectors. So we're going to do that. We're going to spend a food and an energy. Yeah, there's a wall of icons. I think David Terzi first called this the big scary wall of icons, although I think that that reference was meant for Anachrony initially. This has so much stuff, but the iconography and the whole graphic design is incredible from Ian O'Toole. Ian, if you're listening or if you watch this later, mate, I know nothing about your professional work aside as a gamer, but if I could estimate it, this is by far your best work in terms of making such a complex game so streamlined and easy to understand in terms of the iconography and what they all do. So this is absolutely phenomenal. So we're going to remove this corruption. We are going to regroup. Do we want to regroup? We do not want to regroup. Thanks very much. So we've done this. And now we can do one of these actions and this one. So, do we want to produce? Or do we want to advance on this track, which will allow us to increase our population somewhere? Now keep in mind at the moment we actually don't have enough food to pay our upkeep. We only have 2 and we're going to need 3. And if we keep this agenda card, we're going to need 5 food. So that's a problem. Right. Do we give up on the production? The problem is we need stuff for the next round. Yeah, Ian is a genius. Like this game, I cannot I think this starts from the design side. This is an incredible piece of work. The fact that this has been so streamlined, the game feels like there's not a tiny thing that does not belong there. Not a tiny little thing that you could see it and go, that we could do without that. Everything seems to be in place. They seem to have, removed everything that was unnecessary. And then Ian came in and the iconography is just phenomenal. So here, both options are good. Both options are really good here. We can increase our civ track here, which will allow us to increase our population for one of these sectors that we have. And then we get to place a guild and produce. In this case, that will have to be food. So that means we're going to start next round with no energy and no materials. Not great. Or we place the guild, produce food, and then take the production action. But then we give up on everything else. Ugh. Alright, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do that. I'm going to increase the population of this sector. Oh, or this one. Yeah, let's do that. So our production's gone up a bit. And now we have to place, we have to. we have to place a food token. The problem is if we place it on this sector, that's going to cost us an additional food. Do we care that much for the population? There is 3 instead of 2. Yeah, Tom, I agree. Like I never look at the rulebook anymore, and but I mean I've played this game, 25 times or something. But even at the start, I remember after the first couple of games, I was surprised because I caught myself playing the game. I was like, oh, I haven't checked the rulebook at all. The iconography is fantastic. So, okay, let's have a look here. Is additional food production going to give us additional food? So if we put it here, that's going to increase our yield by 2. So we will get there. If we put it on the 3 population, it will increase it by 2. So it sounds like it's better to do it there. I know it's an ongoing expense, but we're going to gain 2 food and then we're going to produce. Wait. Why did we not get... Oh yeah, we did. Are we placing this? Yes, I believe we are. We are going to place this slot, this agenda here. Okay. Right. Paul Grogan's video is 62 minutes. Yeah, I don't think this video is going to help you much if you don't know how to play Voidfall. The solo mode has additional rules overlaid on top with the whole crisis board and a whole bunch of other things going on. Paul Grogan's video is the best way of watching a proper how to play. If we ever do a multiplayer game on Tabletop Simulator, I'm happy to run a teach. So if we do that, I'll stream it if the other players want to. Right, so back to this. How do we want to handle the current crisis? Do we want to allow a skirmish? If we do a skirmish, they are going to attack us for nothing. Well, they're going to attack us. So if we do a skirmish, they're going to attack us for one because of our faction ability, +1 for every corruption we have on our mat, our house mat. So our house mat corruption represents how corrupted our own house is. If you don't know the lore from Voidfall, you can go and have a read online. It's great. I think it can become the lore for a much bigger set of games or a much bigger universe. It's fantastic. But for now, I think we need to progress the game a bit. So I think I'm just going to allow that. They're going to attack me for 1. Wherever they attack me, I'm going to take them out. So, yeah. Combat results. They attack me for 3. Why did they attack me for 3? The skirmish is only... Hang on. Yeah, skirmish is 1 for every corruption you have in your mat. There's no corruption here. +1 because of my faction's ability. So why are they attacking me for 3? Is that a bug? It did say here they're going to attack me for 3, but why? Alright, well, must have miscalculated something there. Well, that is interesting. because the skirmish doesn't happen as part of the resolution of this board. The skirmish just happens because of this card that says simply skirmish. So skirmish is always, if you look at your faction board, is 1 fleet power per corruption on your board. And I have no corruption on my board, which means they should be attacking me for 0. However, because this house has a +1 always when a skirmish happens, they should be attacking me for 1. If anybody that knows Voidfall well is watching, let me know what you think, but I think I found a bug in this app. Anyway, we're going to gain the resources now because we need them. We're going to progress. Yeah, this messed up the whole game because now they've destroyed me in this sector. So this one is correct. The skirmish is now happening as part of the evaluation phase, which says, yep, you resolve the crisis board. So the crisis board says +2, see? So 2 + 1 from my board, that's 3, but the skirmish before shouldn't have happened. The skirmish before should have a fleet power of 1. So I need to report this as a bug, unfortunately. And now they've come in and they've killed my fleet power here that I had with Dreadnought, so I lost that sector. Okay. Well, that's not ideal after an hour and a half of play, but it is what it is. We'll keep going. So, which one are we going to resolve? Choose your reward. So we can do this for every one of the corruption we have collected. That's 3 in total. Or we can increase population 3 times in a sector where there is no science guild. So basically not in our home sector. What do we want to do? Population increase sounds great. Let's do that. Oh, it increases population. Where is it increasing population? Hang on. Sorry, I'm rerunning this because I must have... Right. Okay, I must have misread that. What this means is increase the population in 3 different pure sectors that have a science guild. And because I only have 1, I can only do it once. So in that case, we're doing this. All right. Well, that was unfortunate. I should have taken a screenshot of that, but I can do it afterwards from the video. Right. Economic. Okay, this is the second cycle. The game is hard enough as it is, so it's a bit disappointing now that this has happened, because now it's just completely out of my reach to do anything. Like, this is really killed my chances of doing anything positive. Yes, you're right. I will send them a link with a timestamp, so I will do that. All right, this one says it's also 5 actions at the end of cycle 2. If you have at least 3 sectors that have at least 2 yellow, pink, or green guilds, then we can do 2 times either remove corruption or activate fleet power, or we gain 2 points for every installation that we have, either defense installation or shipyard. Okay, and we have to do all of this. Add those tokens to every Voidborn sector with at least 1 defense, then add a corruption to that agenda slot, and then we may decrease the population in a non-home sector to place a defense or to place an installation once and deploy twice in the same sector. Okay. That completely killed us because we would have done that in this sector. So the only place we can do that is here. And I don't particularly want to reduce the population there. But it feels like I've got no choice. Because I need to deploy fleet power urgently. We are going to build defense. What do we want to deploy? Well, we're going to deploy corvettes. Right. Alert card for this round, straight out the gate, it's a war. So we're in cycle 2, so we're going to be resolving the board, the crisis board, with a +1. So +1 at the moment is at +2, so that's a +3. From our board we have another +1, that's a +4. So they're going to be attacking us for 4. Yikes. See, all of this is perfectly calculated so far. I don't understand why that messed that up before. Okay. Well, it is what it is. Turn 1. They're going to attack us for 4 here. They're going to get destroyed by 2 of these. 2 of those defense installations are going to shoot 2 of those out of the sky. Then we have initiative. We shoot them. They shoot back. We have defense. So even with 4, we get no damage done to us here. So we need to gain a bit of time here and try and either get rid of some of these cards or urgently take this sector back. And when I say urgently, like as in right now. The problem is if they attack us with 4, that's gonna be very, very difficult. Oh boy. Okay. Right. What heroic focus cards do we have? I have Heroic Innovation, which is pretty good. We cannot take an advanced tech yet. We need to advance our tech tracks a couple of more spots for that. But that last action is pretty good. Consolidate, because that gets us a crisis card off the board. The problem with that is nothing else is good, because we can't do experiment, we can't take an advanced technology, and we can't do research. I mean, we can, but our production, it says produce credits in science, and we produce 0 credits in 1 science at the moment. So yeah, that sector we lost really messed us up. This is now next to impossible. I mean, we're gonna lose the game. There's no chance we can win, but I'm just aiming for a good round here. So Heroic leadership is not bad, but there's no corruption to remove. But heroic leadership, that bottom action, is going to allow us to remove both a Harbinger, which could be from the board, he's covering up a space, and a card. So that's great. But what else are we going to do? The top one isn't really good for us right now, and the middle one would be good if we had corruption to remove. Now that middle one says, the utilize action says that we can take an action from our focus spatial or house focus card. Our house focus card is politics. Let's have a look. Is there anything we can take there? Okay, I think I have a way. We're gonna play heroic leadership. So with heroic leadership, we gotta discard one of our other cards. We're going to get rid of progress, I think. Nope. Conquest. Are we really going to be doing much conquesting this turn? I don't think so. But yeah, this is just straight up impossible now. We're going to get rid of innovation. Or hang on. We still want to do leadership, but I don't know that I want to get rid of innovation. What about Crusade? We no longer have shipyards, we only have our home shipyard, so that's a bit useless. We're getting rid of Crusade. I know it's a powerful card, but alright, we're doing this. Oh no, hang on, we cannot utilize because we don't have any glory tokens anymore. We lost one when the Voidborn took this sector from us. Oh, come on now. Come on now. Yeah, this is now broken. This is now impossible to deal with. This is absolutely impossible. This thing that happened here is just made the game impossible. So we need to go back and retake that sector, except we can't, because then they're going to attack us for 4 and they're going to take another sector from us. Oh, okay. Right. Alright, well, I don't know what to do then. Is there any technologies that can help us? Autonomous drones wouldn't be bad, but we don't have an active fleet power. We need resources. I'm gonna go for resources, and unfortunately I'm gonna have to leave all of these crisis cards up there. There's nothing I can do. The problem is we're gonna get hit with that. We're gonna lose one of each. Yikes. Okay, well, it is what it is. I can't do that. There's no way I'm using the one card only. So, well, you know what? We could still do it. We could still do it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do repel. I'm gonna spend, what do I have? I'm gonna spend the food to kill one of these Harbingers, this guy. Now you can remove one from the map, and for endgame scoring, it only Harbingers on the map count, but I can't keep up with this after what happened, so I'm gonna remove that. Oh, it's either that or a card. Cancel that. It's either a Harbinger or a card. Oh, come on. What do we do? Do we... Yeah. Do we take prosperity? Let's do prosperity, get some resources. Or do we... Yeah, let's do prosperity. We're gonna go that. Yeah. Pay a credit. Activate. Gain a trade token. And for the trade token, we are going to gain 2 materials, I think. Yeah. All right. So that is flourish, and now we are going to store. So we're going to produce something and then get 2 of something. What are we going to produce? The only decent production we have is energy, so we're going to do that. And then we're going to gain 2 of something. What do we need? We have science. Do we just gain credits then? Let's just gain 2 credits. No, I don't want to return them. They're going to go and sit on the agendas. Okay. Right, resolve a crisis board. Do we just take a catastrophe? At this point, what does it even matter? So taking a catastrophe will give the Voidborn 20 points, but at this point, what does it matter? And then at least we get to return a corruption or gain 5 resources. So we're going to take the catastrophe. We're going to do it and gain 5 resources of something. So I'm going to gain 1 material, another material. What else are we going to play now? Yeah. Give us an energy. I don't know. Credits. Okay. That was it. Round 2. Let's go. You gotta be kidding me, right? Another war card. Okay. I mean, it's not giving me any chances, is it? Right, well, let's keep going. Wow, this has been a slow game. Slow game. What are we going to do this turn? We need more fleet power, and we have resources now. So we need to activate and deploy fleet power urgently. The only place we can activate fleet power, though, is here in the home sector. We only have 1 shipyard. Ugh. So what do? We cannot attack this sector, again, for the same reason, because we're going to be weakening our position here. Here they're going to attack us with 4. We are going to shoot 2 with our defense installations. They have 2. So we can remove a couple of corvettes. Yeah, make use of the flip table feature. On TTS, we wouldn't have this problem, obviously, but I thought this app was pretty good and everybody's been, you know, raving about it, and it's fantastic implementation. It's free to play the game solo, and it has Mind Clash games. You know, they gave the okay to the developer to make and release this, so I thought I'd give it a go. Unfortunately, unless I've done some major mistake in my calculations, that was a huge bug we got hit with, so that completely destroyed our game. But it's okay, let's keep going. Let's just say we were playing in some kind of impossible god tier difficulty. So this round we need to come in here. The problem is, even if we do, they're going to be attacking this instead. So I'm afraid we might have to go another round without that. Okay, so what's the quickest way of deploying power? We only have one. We need to activate and deploy a couple. Oh boy. Okay. This one doesn't do it. This one doesn't do it. This one doesn't do it. Politics. Nope. I mean, this one deploys a fleet power in every shipyard. We only have one shipyard, so unless we use that op action of reinforcement, we use defeats the purpose, because that requires deactivating a fleet power. Okay. Nope. We might play innovation. Gain a tech. Or we could play conquest to activate 2 fleet power. How are we going to deploy it, you ask? I don't know. I do not know how we're going to deploy all of that. I mean, this is starting to feel a bit pointless now. God tier difficulty, yeah. Yeah. What I'm thinking here is to be able to place another shipyard on this empty slot there, and then use both of these to deploy stuff. But it's not going to happen. The other way we can do it is we can take an agenda, either this one that activates a fleet power, that's not a bad idea actually, but how do we deploy it? How do we deploy fleet power outside of our shipyards? I don't see anything that allows us to deploy fleet power. No. 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 Nope. This allows us to deploy at shipyards. We don't want to do that. These two. I'm struggling. I don't know what to do. Yeah, this is impossible. This has now turned to some kind of impossible puzzle. It has really jammed us up. Yes, it has. Okay, let's do what we can. How about this? How about... If we can go up the sieve track here, that top one, that will allow us to place an installation. So we could place a shipyard. So we could do this, but then do I want to produce again? I really don't want to be producing, I guess. It's just a waste of action. This one kind of helps. What else can we get rid of here? Yeah, none of this is gonna happen, you guys. So, yeah. All right. I guess we're doing development then. We have a trade token, so we can use it. Yeah, I agree with you, and I tried to change the zoom level, but you see what it does? It doesn't change the actual, it changes the text and stuff. It doesn't change the rest of it. But yeah, there could be things that you could increase and whatever else. But again, it's a free app, so we can't ask too much of it. Do we want to take all three actions? Is there any cards that we would benefit from taking all three actions? I don't think there is. In other cases, I'd kill to do all three actions, but now it's just... not much I can do, actually. No. 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 Let's do innovation. But then, yeah, that doesn't help us either. Right, so we're not going to do all three actions, we're only going to do two. We're going to do this, spend the signs to increase population of something. I guess it's going to be this one. And then we're going to spend that to place the shipyard there. Done. Choose how to resolve the war card. I mean, we've already determined we don't get any damage here. But they're going to ask us to pay one of each of these. Do we just take another destruction? They're going to destroy us, but what else am I going to do? No, just resolve it. It's fine. So we've defended. What? Oh, upgrade glory not possible. Yeah, thanks a lot for that. I don't have a glory token. Thanks. That's great. Thank you. Appreciate it. Alright, round 3. Here we go. It's a 3-level alert card. If you gain an advanced tech, choose to... yeah, not going to happen. Forget it. Or, when it jumps into the crisis board, you can burn a basic tech and lose 2 science. Can we afford to burn the basic tech? Sure. Why not? Alright, okay. Alright. We have a break now. As in, we can breathe and attack something. So I'm definitely going to attack something. Now I am angry. I am attacking something. If I can't attack the Voidborn, I will attack my monitor. I will attack someone. How about this one? Heroic Conquest. That sounds heroic enough, right? Surely. Yes, no, maybe. Kill them all? Kill them all? No, burn them all. What was it? Saruman. Christopher Lee. Oh my god, what an actor. So, yeah, I mean, we have options now, but Rampage. I mean, I'm on your side, he says, just before you start attacking people. Yes. Whoa. So we're not doing production. Production is peaceful. We're not doing that. Progress. Who wants progress? We want blood. Conquest. Yes, we could do conquest. It doesn't sound anywhere near as mean, but it gets us 2 activations. So conquest is probable. I could produce dead bodies. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. So innovation is possible. Crusade. Yes. Crusade is great. We're gonna take the crusade action for sure. Do we have all that nonsense of resources that it's asking us? We do not. Ouch. We're missing a science. What the... Come on now. For 1 science we can't do it. Oh, this would have been awesome for us. Well, awesome in the context of us getting our butts kicked. What about this one? Yeah, okay. No. Politics. Advance that middle one. Yes, that's not bad. Invade. But then we need to take a corruption. Okay. So, out of all of these, the only one I actually like is Conquest. What about these guys up here? Heroic Innovation. I don't see any blood. Next. Heroic Leadership. No. So, yeah. It's either Heroic Conquest or Conquest, I think. Okay. Right. Heroic Conquest and Conquest. I think I'm just gonna do Conquest. It makes no sense. We're gonna do this. Do we want to take all 3 actions? I don't know. I don't know, because that bottom action is requiring me to retreat a fleet power to activate 2. It's good to activate 2, but do I want to retreat a fleet power? I desperately need more fleet power out. So I think no. So first, we are going to attack these people. Annihilate. I like it. That's what we want. Friendly genocide. Let's do it. Invade. We are invading. Kill them all. Select fleets to invade with. We're gonna take our... Do we just take our 2... hang on. We have... No, we're gonna take 1 corvette and 1... dreadnought. That gets us to 3. Yeah, we'll lose the corvette, but there's no way to avoid that. Okay. We killed them. We're gonna take the resources. Score glory tokens. Guess what? I don't have any. Remove the corruption. Done. So annihilate is done. Revenge for the bug. Yes. I'm going to kill them all now. Now, second action is going to be strategize. I don't really have much to redeploy, so that sounds kind of expensive just to draw an agenda card, but I'm going to do it anyway. No, I'm not going to regroup. I'm going to get an agenda card. Now, what are we playing next turn? Next turn we got to deploy, right? Deploy, and if possible... So that's useful, because that activates a fleet power. But this one needs either a reinforcement card, or what's the other one? A reinforcement or a card I've already played, Conquest, which I just played. So is reinforcement good for next turn? Yes. So that's what we're doing. We're going to pick these guys, which we've been avoiding for the whole game. Regroup? We don't want to regroup. Finish. Nope. How do we want to resolve this? Do I just take another catastrophe token? I've done it. I've taken another catastrophe token. Another one, and the game is over. So we're digging our own grave now, but that's okay. On the bright side, we get to gain 5 resources. So guess what? What were we missing before to do this really nice innovation, heroic innovation card? No, that was the one we just played, wasn't it? No. That was this guy. We needed science. So we'll take 1 science, 2 science, just in case. Why not? And everything else in credits, because I reckon we're going to need it. Round 4, we have 1 more, another alert card level 3. Okay. Crisis card. After you take a corruption, you choose to also spend 12 resources in any combination. All right. Okay, round 4. What are we even scoring for this round? Oh boy. Okay. So we need to deploy things now. Deploy, deploy, deploy. We have 2 fleet power. We gotta deploy everything. Where's the agenda card that we've got? This guy. Reinforcement. Go. Hang on, what's this? Leadership. Innovation. We're doing this. We're doing that. Yeah. Do you want to take all 3 actions? That's not a bad idea. Get us to play a defense token and combat this stuff. Yes, I'm going to play the agenda. So, we have all 3 actions now, and the action from the agenda card. We're going to try and bounce back slightly here. First, we are doing this. We are activating a fleet power. Done. You can do all the effects. You don't say. Okay, sorry about that. Somebody called me. I've removed that now, so hopefully you can still hear me. So do I deploy a shipyard? I just did. You didn't have enough time to talk me out of it, because now we're going to spend... Oh, this is good. This might be good if we had more fleet power, but we don't. Oh, we do. Okay, hear me out. We accelerate. We deactivate a fleet power to place a defense fine, and then we go up on one of the tracks. So if we go in the middle one, we get to activate 2 fleet power, which is what we're going to do. So statecraft is the game. So we activate 2 more. We now have 4. Now we're going to master, spend 2 materials to deploy 1 per shipyard. Bang, bang, bang. Done. What do we want to be deploying? We'd love to be deploying dreadnoughts. We don't have materials, so we're paying credits, which is not ideal, but hey. And now we can mobilize. We screwed up. We shouldn't have done that because our limit of 1 fleet power is still there. See? This guy. Your dreadnought fleets are limited to a maximum power of 1. So we can only have 2 fleets per sector. Blah. Okay. Undo. Undo that. We're still gonna master. We're gonna do manual reinforcement. Click on a sector to deploy the current fleet type to it. So we're gonna deploy here. Wait, why am I paying something? What's happening? So we're mastering. Select fleet type or select manual for fine grain control. Manual. Oh, I see what you mean. Corvette or dreadnought. Okay, gotcha. So we're gonna deploy a Corvette here. We're going to deploy a dreadnought here, and we need to pay credit for that. Now what do we do here? We could deploy a dreadnought, but it can't go anywhere with these. So I reckon we just deploy a Corvette for now. Wait, where did our Corvette go? Oh, it just went there. What happened? So I'm gonna do that again. I'm losing my mind here. So manual, we're deploying a Corvette here. That's fine. We're deploying a dreadnought here, paying, and then we're deploying a Corvette here. Done. And now we could mobilize spend the money, regroup, move this guy to this sector. Done. And then we can put another defense token. I mean, sure, why not? Do we want to slot this agenda? I don't think we do. That's going to score us some points, but we're not going to have enough food. If we slot this agenda, our food cost at the end of the round is going to be 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 6 food. It's okay. Let's do it. Unless we kill one of these. Yeah, let's kill this. There's no chance we're going to score any points from that, is it? Is there? Going to score 4 points for 3 credits. We only have credits which you're going to spend to do something this turn anyway. Or do we risk it? No, we gotta exchange it. How do you want to handle the current crisis? We can't do that. Can't do that because that finishes the game. May as well finish and end the game, end our suffering, end our misery. Vote. If you want me to end my misery and die in glory, let me know and I will take a catastrophe token. This is a feed your people game. You have to pay upkeep for the size of your empire. This is very similar to if you've played Eclipse, Second Dawn for the Galaxy, you know how you keep taking your discs and taking actions, and at the end of your round, you pay. The more discs you've used, the more things you've done for your empire, the more discs that are out there, you pay upkeep to keep your empire going. This is the same thing. The more things you have to pay an upkeep. It's just called food in this case. Uwe Rosenberg likes this. Okay, I mean, make it ongoing, sure. I think we're gonna lose eventually. At some point, there's gonna be some kind of crisis we can't manage. Okay, here we go. Face round 5. Round 5, cycle 2. Take the action on that agenda. We're already having 2 active fleet power. We just did that, unfortunately. We just did that. Oh no, that's a different one. Take the action on that type of agenda. Which one is it? Yeah, it's the one we just took. Okay, well, right. Cool. Last round of the second cycle. Is there any way we can score any points at the end of this ridiculousness? Only if we put guilds down. Hang on. Before we do that, at the end of this cycle, they're gonna do... We're gonna have to resolve the crisis board. So they're gonna attack us for 4. 1 from the additional in the evaluation phase. So in cycles 2 and 3, it's +1. +2 from the crisis board and +1 from the faction deck. So we're gonna destroy them wherever they go. So is this a matter of us trying to, I don't know, do something to prepare for the next round, whatever that may be? What can we do that's good? Heroic leadership. I mean, sure. This one is not bad for us. That's going to score us quite a bit of points. The second bit. Because it's 2 points per installation we have. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 14 points. That's not bad. I think we stick with that. But what else do we do? Heroic innovation. Production of credits and science doesn't do much for us. Oh, hang on. We need... How much food do we need at the end? I think you need to end the game. Otherwise, we'll have a digital record of your descent to savagery and despotism as you try to kill everything for the sake of revenge. Yes. This is what's going to happen now. I'm going to enter cycle 3 with my sole purpose of burning the board. Can we prepare even more, as in have more people in? We need our advanced tech. I think we need our advanced tech. So how do we get that advanced tech? We need to advance this thing. Okay. So what advances a safe track? That heroic innovation is too good to ignore. Is there any other tech tracks that allow you to advance a safe track? No. Okay. I think we're going to do heroic innovation. We have to. The safe havens, they're just too far away for us. There's just no chance. So yeah, I'm gonna do heroic innovation. Right, so what are we doing? This one. This doesn't sound great. Spend 4 resources to take... Well, I guess we could spend credits though. To produce credits and size, which is only 1. Okay. Yes, fine. How much food do we need? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we need 2 more. So if we do this and spend 4 credits, we can take a tech. Which tech do we want to take? This one gets us to immediate food. Autonomous drones are great. They get us a trade token and they allow us to deploy something. Let's do that. Let's do that. Gain the trade token. I will gain 2 food for that. Deploy. We're deploying a Corvette here. Produce credits, that's fine. And now we're not going to do experiment because you can't get an advanced tech yet. So we're going to do consolidate. We're going to spend 2 of something. Sounds like credits to me. To gain an agenda, which one do we want? That's not bad for us. That's kind of okay. That's all for next round, by the way, and if we don't die first. So I'm not going to overthink this. I'm going to go with this one, I think. Which one do we have? We already have that, but we're not scoring much. Oh yeah, we kind of are. Okay, I'm going to take this. I'm going to discard the crisis. I'm going to discard... I want less attacks or lose less resources. I want to lose less resources. This one. Skip. Right. So how do you want to handle the current crisis? We can take a corruption to discard it, or take a catastrophe token. Thanks very much. Do we die at 3 catastrophe tokens? Or maxes out at 3 and then we die at 4? I can't remember. I'll look that up. Somebody look that up. If we make this ongoing, this is not going to... but we can't even take a corruption because that's going to increase the attack we get. Ouch. Wow, okay. Let's look that up. Catastrophe. What happens with catastrophe? If I can take another one, that may be the time. If not... should be able to take a catastrophe card, board, token. Yeah, you lose at the 4th catastrophe token, so I'm gonna take another one. Oof! Okay, I'm gaining 5 resources. I'm gonna gain 1, 2, 3, 4 food. I don't know. 3 food and 2 energy. Right. Do we want to automatically win the skirmish? No, because we're winning it anyway. We're gonna lose a corvette, you say? No, we're not gonna lose in anything. So I'm not gonna pay that. Victory for the defender. We score a couple of points. Pay to resolve the crisis board. Ouch. I didn't play that right. Right, evaluation. So we're taking this reward, that's going to score us some points. 43 points, 70 points from our agendas 3, 9, 7, and 8. Okay. I'll take the 70 points. The Voidborn is going to score like 300 points in this game. Okay, last cycle. Here we go. 5 actions. Our misery is only going to last 5 more actions. Galactic event. We may spend a credit to upgrade a glory token, which we don't have, or return a glory token for 3 credits, which we don't have. The cost for each action your preferred focuses is now 1 credit instead of a printed cost. Right. Score your 3 highest glory tokens twice. The game is just mocking me now. It's just mocking me. I don't have glory tokens, dude. You took them away from me. Oh, or we score for leftover credits and credit guilds. Okay, right. Alright, crisis card for this turn. Whatever. My go. What cards do we have here? We have product. Hang on, this one is progress or prosperity. We gotta start attacking these folks. Yep. We need to start attacking these guys. So I'm gonna go in here. I'm going to attack with my conquest card, or where's my crusade? Oh, hang on, we don't have resources. Oops. Scratch that. Heroic production. Yep, heroic production it is. Take all 3 actions. Let me have a look. No, because we have no corruption to get rid of. Although, that gets us that. Meh. It's okay. So we're going to do this first. We are going to increase the population somewhere. Increase the population here. And then increase the population on the same thing. I guess, given we're doing production. Then we are going to thrive, so we're going to return our token. That's 18 points, and we're going to get rid of one of the Harbingers. Do we want to get rid of this guy? We're going to attack him, we're going to kill him anyway, so we're going to get rid of him. There you go. How do you want to handle the current crisis? Make it ongoing. Make it economic. Confirm end of round. Quick round. Let's go. Round 2. War, of course. So it's a level 3. They have 5 plus 5 initiative. And they're going to be resolving... Wow. Okay. Right. So they're going to be attacking me for 2. Plus 1 is 3. So I have this. 3 is easy. I guess they have the 5 initiative, but it's not going to matter. But we cannot attack them this round. Is that correct? Is there any way we can attack them and establish some kind of thing? This guy. Nope. So in that case, you're gonna be preparing, I guess. Oh, hang on. What about this one? Is that worth it? I think that might be worth it. Wait a minute, what happened to my production action from before? I thought I did heroic production. Hang on. What happened here? Was it or heroic production? Oh boy. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna look this up. I was certain that said end, so I could upgrade this and then produce. Isn't that what that card said? Somebody roll the video back. It doesn't matter. I will do the production now. Except I don't have the production now because I just played it. Right, okay. Very good. I'm gonna play Prosperity. Sure, why not? Yes, I'm gonna play this card. I'm gonna play this. I don't want to trade token, I want to advance somewhere. Actually, scratch that. We're not gonna play that quite yet. We're gonna do this first. We are going to gain 2 of something. We're going to gain 1 of these and 1 of these, and then we're going to produce I guess energy. Then we're doing flourish, paying 1, advancing that, produce something. We're going to produce materials, and then we're going to advance in society, which increases our population somewhere here. That goes to 6. Are we going to slot this? Yes. Slot that here. Okay, They attacked me, I defended, I gained some points. I'm closing to 100 points. If I get 100 in this game, I'm happy. The way it's been going, they're gonna get 250 or something. Yes, pay 1 each to resolve that. That's done. Round 3. 3 more actions to go. It's a level 3 alert. Something, something. Keep an agenda card of that icon after using its action to successfully invade a 5 population sector. Dude, where do you come up with this stuff? That's impossible. Not gonna happen. Okay. We need to attack them urgently. Urgent attack. Politics can attack. Crusade can attack. What do we want to do? Crusade? Crusade sounds good. Guessing you're going to get 99 points because the game doesn't want you to have any joy. Yes. There's going to be a bug that will not allow me to get to 100. I will get stuck on 99 points. I'm going to use the Crusade, I think. I'm going to attack these guys because they pissed me off. Where's the Crusade? Do it. Alright, so I'm going to... Do I want to do this first? Because if I do this, I can deploy more things. And then go in and attack. It's much of muchness, I guess, but sure. Let's do that. So we're gonna pay 1 of each. And we're gonna... Oh no, hang on. We don't have any fleet power to deploy. Right. In that case, exterminate. We're gonna do that. Choose sector to invade. This guy. Select fleets to invade with. Well, I'm gonna take 1, 2 of my things here and 1 of my dreadnoughts. Is that enough? That's enough. So I've lost 1. I've lost 2. But I don't think I could have avoided that, right? Back that up. We need to take as much as we can because this sector is going to be now safe. So we're going to take this one and 1 of here. And from here we're going to take 1 of these corvettes and leave the others for protection. Okay. Gee, thanks. I have a glory token. Move this guy. We're just gonna put him on economic. Do this. Gain the resources. And now we're gonna do enlighten. Except we can't do that. That sucks. That sucks. But now that we've lost some fleet power, we can redeploy the fleet power that we lost. Hey, okay. That's not bad. We're going to increase the population there and activate that. I'm going to place a dreadnought here for 1 material and 1 corvette here. How do we want to resolve this? Make it ongoing. Okay, second to last action. I have 98 points. Mate, I'm getting close. I only have 2 actions left. They're going to completely destroy me in the end, so I need to protect this sector at all costs. How do I do that? I don't have anything to deploy. I could establish guilds and stuff. Got myself a glory token. Yeah. So, is there any way we can get one of these safe havens? Because we already have a population of 6. Yes, the one's not going to happen. Why am I looking at that even up? Heroic development. Guilds and stuff. What are we scoring for? We're scoring for all of this stuff. I mean, heroic development's not bad. But it costs a lot. 2 materials which we don't have. We need some production first. Innovation is not it. Although that can get us our dreadnoughts. Hang on, I don't mind that. I can play my innovation, get my tech, get my dreadnoughts in. Do I even have production anyway? I don't have it, right? I gave it away. I have this guy that can produce, but that's taking... Yeah, we're stuffed. Okay, we're gonna do this. We are going to spend 2 science to gain a tech. I think we're gonna get our advanced tech. I think. Gain 6 points. Activate a power. Resolve that. Wait, where's my... Hang on. Hang on. Back it up. It didn't give me the deploy dreadnought because I don't have a bloody material or a credits to pay for it. Okay. In that case, we're gonna do something else. What about this guy? Or this guy even. Let's do the trade nexus. Something tells me I'm gonna be needing all of the food. Gain the points, gain the food, gain the trade token, which gets us, I guess. Two credits. Choose to also place that. That's useful to get rid of that, but then how am I going to get rid of the additional? I could play that. Sure, why not? Do that. Choose, it's an agenda type. Yeah, we don't care about that. There you go. we can do this or that. I think it makes sense to do this. Take an agenda. Is there anything we can take, this one or this one, that we can play at our last action and score? This one needs innovation, or what is that? We have none of those. What about this guy? Whatever that is, I'm taking it. Skip the tokens. How do you want to handle the current crisis? Make it ongoing. Okay, round 5, last action of the game, last round of the game. I mean, okay. So, now they're attacking us here with 5, and obviously they're going to be winning. So we need to protect that. So we need a redeploy action. So the cards that we can play to take advantage of this is progress. Where is it? This guy. Or the other one we don't have. That sucks. But hey. Progress it is. What's this one? Yana. We're going to play progress. We're going to play our agenda. Oh, all 3 actions. Yes. We want to do that. Yes, I'm going to play the agenda. All right, let's do this. Let's do this in the right order here. First, we want to redeploy. So, what? Select fleet to recall. Ah, so I have to pay that cost first. Okay, no problem. I'm gonna recall this guy because I don't care about him. Choose effect, regroup. I'm gonna move this guy and one of these guys and another one of these guys. Is that right? Is that enough? I don't know. I think we might still lose it. Everybody's moving there. We're not moving anything else. We're going to remove this corruption. What do you mean action not possible abandoning? What? What the hell? Ah, because I removed it from another sector. Yeah, that's fine. And then we're going to do experiment. We're going to place this one. Oh, hang on. Is it just, it said only one? Is that what it said? That's not what we want, I feel. It's either produce science or place a science token, a science guild. Yeah, we're going to place a science guild. Hang on, was it? Yeah, okay. Yes. And now we can invent. Well, first of all, we could do this. Which will get us... I think we need to do the trade token because that gets us the food that we're missing. Oh man, this has gone really bad. And then we're going to spend the 2 science to gain a tech, and at this point we're just going to take the dreadnoughts. Gain 6 points, activate, deploy dreadnought. Where to deploy the fleet power? Hey. I'm guessing here. Yes, I want to resolve that. Here we go. We're finished. Do I want to resolve the agenda? You see, it doesn't really mean much. This is 2 of the same fleet type, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Sure. When you return, no, we're not going to do that. How do we do this? I think we're just going to kill one of the techs. It doesn't matter anymore. We're going to discard this one. Okay, we're done. Pay 1 to automatically win the skirmish. Do I care? I don't think I care, to be honest. I'm going to defend that anyway. No. Choose your desired outcome. It does not matter. He means which one you sort of sacrifice to finish the battle. Paying to resolve the crisis board. Yeah, we don't have the resources, so we'll lose points. Pay the food. Score your 3 highest glory twice. No, we're going to score this. I guess it doesn't matter. It's 0 and 0. It's 0 points and 4 points or something. Right, agendas only score 28 points. Now, in a normal game, at the end of the game, you should be scoring like, 50, 60, 70 points with your agendas. So this has been a failed experiment. And this is the final score. The Voidborn completely obliterated us, 371 to 136. And I mean, you can see whether I made a mistake. I'm going to check the video and see if I made a mistake or if it's an app bug. At that point, even just that one change completely destroyed the game for us. I mean, fair to say I lost this same mission with the same difficulty twice before, but not such a huge difference. So let me have a look. In the previous game when I played this, I lost the 258 to 205. So, and then 249 to 202. So close enough. Nothing like this. So, there you go. Save and upload the game. I don't know what that means. Is this the same solo version that you would get in the box, or are you playing against an AI opponent? No, this is the exact same thing as the board game. So you play... The AI opponent is the Voidborn, essentially. So this is the exact same experience you have as playing the board game. So thanks for sticking around. That was a long playthrough and a very, very painful one. I'm going to make sure to alert the app developer about what happened there. I'm going to double check it. And yeah, obviously if this is a bug, I'm not going to be playing again until it's resolved, because it basically destroys the whole game. So, but other than that, it's Voidfall. Even when you get obliterated by bugs and the Voidborn, it's still fun. Well, it's still enjoyable. So thanks very much for watching. Do you have a Twitch schedule? I don't have a schedule just yet. The main reason is I just started doing these streams, but I know that making a schedule will help, so I'm planning on doing that, especially for the bigger games. I wanted to do more Voidfall, I wanted to do Mage Knight, I wanted to do Through the Ages again, so I want to do bigger games, and I will plan on scheduling them now. There's a few subscribers on the Twitch channel, so hopefully that will help. So I will definitely be trying to schedule these now. So thanks for asking. And yeah, catch you on the next stream. Thanks very much for sticking around. This has been a very long playthrough. I mean, Voidfall is long anyway. And yeah, I absolutely love this game. So I'm definitely going to be playing again. I'm hoping we can resolve this. Well, we could play on Tabletop Simulator. It's just that here it's a bit quicker with the calculations and all of that. So... it would be preferable to play here. Yeah. Thank you very much, and catch you in the next stream. Take care.